understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We don't ever need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer.
Good morning. Welcome to the morning skate show with the hockey coach guru, Coach Francis, directly from the Sunshine State in Florida. Happy Monday. Happy weekend for everybody. Hopefully you have an amazing, great weekend. You are maybe the all-star players of the weekend. Great entertaining from the NHL during the weekend. Great show on the program today. We're going to talk about the all-star game. We're going to talk about the Hart Trophy. We're going to talk about the trade deadline in NHL. I'm going to get all the NHL news around the league, the injury, the fantasy hockey, and at the end, of course, we're going to do a 3 question at the end of the day of the program. And those questions is not all about under and over today. I must fight a little bit, but it's still a choice of the answer between A, B, or C at some point. So it'll be interesting if you can hang in with us until to the end of the show. And of course, I just love this music. Let's go get it again. Look at it. Oh, that's the end of the song. But it's a summer music, so it just remind me, whatever it is you are on and under the snow right now, or it's cold where you at, just figure out right now it's a beautiful summer day. And welcome back to the morning skate show with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy, for the Hockey Nation Live show. Before we welcome everybody, I want to remind you, of course, right here, or maybe here, or maybe you don't see it because my finger is going to be all the way down, likes here, or you can go all the way up to the subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live show and click on the like if you did not do it yet. And I want to remind you, we did already a video at 7 o'clock this morning about the Montreal Canadiens, a Let's Talk video series for the Montreal. We talk about the week preview and review, and you can watching this video. And then last night, what about a show last night about the Montreal Canadiens? Let's Talk Abs. We have a special guest, Andrew Lepage, and that show up last night in the Power Play show. Special edition talking about the Montreal Canadiens for the second half of the season. Great participation of a lot of people was in the chat asking questions, and I think turned around to be almost like a 2-hour show, and it was great for everybody. So we want to thank each one of you. If you came to join us last night, we want to thank you. By the way, talking about last night, talking about yesterday, I did another video called the Prospect Let's Talk Abs. I put the ranking of the maybe 20 players and the rank for the prospect for the Montreal Canadiens with a lot of information, description of each players. I invite you to watching this video also. That'd be great. And every time you watch the video of the Hockey Nation show, we would really appreciate if you can click on the likes. That will increase our number of the people. If you turn that. And by the way, we are almost at 3,750 subscribers. We're missing about 7 or 8 of them. And we are on the road for the 4,000. Can we get this before the end of the season? We'll see. But welcome again. 12:04. It's time to welcome. We're going to miss Danny T. Is right now out of the show. Is at the Shark at that moment fishing some fish. And I can't wait to see Danny T tonight at 5 o'clock. And also tonight, we are doing, what do you do tonight, Coach? What kind of game do you do? I'm doing a live stream play-by-play. The Toronto Maple Leaf against the Carolina Hurricane. That's what the game going to be at 7 o'clock. So going to be, I hope you're going to join us for that game for sure. At 5 o'clock, we have in our tap. Of course, we're going to talk about the preview of the two games, the prediction, the fantasy hockey, and he's going to bring 10 questions on the program. So another great show. And we're going to be busy like this all week. And pay attention next weekend, guys. We have two games, Montreal Canadiens. They play Tuesday, Thursday, but the game start at 12:30 afternoon. Possible Saturday, I will have a difficult time to do it. If not, I know Sunday I'm all open about that game. So thanks again. I look forward to see you. We have a few people in the house. Like I mentioned, Danny T is out, but directly from Colombie-Britannique, British Columbia, it's Mr. Luke. Good morning, Mr. Luke. What about from Finland? We have a duo Finland, born in Sweden, but also live in Finland. We have, first of all, Jamo Virtanen in the house. And we have Nicholas Land. Mr. Nicholas joined us this morning talking about maybe the Carolina Hurricane. They play against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome back, Mr. Nicholas. I think that's a great time for you, Yamo. Is maybe in the sauna, maybe go at the gym right now. I don't know where he's at, but it's all what 5 o'clock over there, 4, 5, 6 o'clock over there, Yamo and Nicholas. Well, Mr. Igor Pereira back in the house. Good afternoon. Directly from Brazil, Brasilia. I don't know you are São Paulo or Rio de Janeiro or Brasilia, but wherever you are, asking bon tarde. It's a good afternoon in Spanish, or I don't know, my Portuguese is not very good, honestly. So I think that's what it's all about. Mr. Andrew back in the house directly from Nova Scotia. Center Heights is the Mr. Andrew Lepage. Welcome back, Mr. Andrew. Thanks again for last night, yesterday. Renault closing down the strip for the skill contest is a great way to piss off the local coach. Not a good look for the Batman once again. Honestly, Renault, you are wrong about that one over there. It was amazing. First of all, that one over there. Secondly, it was not. It was a pre-recording show. So it was not at the same time when the game is at. Thirdly, the people love it. If you've been to Vegas on the strip, every activity, entertaining, happening, Renault, it's a great asset. And Vegas, the tourists love it, the people love it, and I'm telling you right now, to close it there, it's a great opportunity for everything. Batman and the NHL get a big 10-on-10 during the weekend. It was maybe one of the best entertaining NHL All-Star for the result of the TV. The rating on TV was amazing. The kids love it. The new use Zegras entertaining. The kid 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 love it. Of course, the competitioning night is better to the game. Honestly, they don't want to have no injury for the players. So, but at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, all the results for what we heard since yesterday from the NHL around the league and the fans and on social media, they gave credit for the NHL. I think that's a great way. I enjoy it almost the time during the night. That way, I think was a great entertaining, and congratulations for the NHL about that one. Mr. Andy Kuivula back in the house. Andy complete the trio line of Finland, pass Andy passed the puck to Yamo. Yamo to Nicholas. They are coming at 3 versus 1 again. Leonard and go around the defenseman. Pass Yamo to Nicholas. Nicholas to Yamo. Yamo shoot the puck over the shoulder. Leonard. He's in the The Finland take the lead 1-0 over the Sweden. Congratulations, Yamo. That's maybe your second goal during his career and the Hockey Initial live show. Yamo said Quinn Hughes on COVID. After Jack Hughes, now it's Quinn Hughes, Yamo. We know Malkin is also on the COVID, and also Malkin, KK, Jack Hughes, and now Yamo confirmed Yamo is about that one. 7 o'clock today, rest day from workout. Wow, rest day the Monday. Awesome. Yamo, that's great. Sometimes I call this me quality control. I already said rest, go to sleep, sleep well, and take a day off. It's all about your quality control. You can control your quality life. You can control your rest. You can control what you need, your body. And sometimes you need to listen to your body, by the way. RJ Calabro and the house. I do sauna after the warm-up show. That's awesome. You're welcome, Andrew. I'm from Rio de Janeiro. Here we go. I knew it was in Brasilia when I saw the flag earlier. Glad to hear that, Mr. Igor. Thanks to join us today. What about Alan Barnes? Join us again, Mr. Alan. Thanks to join the morning skate. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome for each one of you. That'd be great. Renaud, I'm talking about the fact they shut down the strip during the rush hour. It's not cold for the local. No, I understand that. But I'm telling you right now, you have not, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to have anything you do, he's going to have some complaining. But at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity overall to do that. And again, the time they did it, did not do this at the rush time of the day, honestly. And they did not shut down the strip all the way about that one there. It was about a 3-4 block around that one. I don't know which hotel it was in front of, which hotel about that. But overall, I'm telling you right now, it's all winner about that one over there. Yeah, it was for the Blackjack because the Billy Joe, it was on the water. Hey, Coach RJ, Le But. Here we go, Andy. You got an assist on the goal, by the way, Andy, and also Nicholas about that. Vegas citizens are still, yes, they still, you know, some of them start to learning, but the biggest thing in Vegas is the Vegas Golden Knight. The biggest everywhere, and Vegas. You go everywhere on any casino, any place, any sport restaurant, anywhere. The people knows the Golden Knight in Vegas. That's what you don't find to other cities like Arizona, Florida, everything like that. And here in South Florida, guys, it's barely you can see. If you go to a bar in South Florida, you're not going to see a game for the Panthers. They will look at you like, what the heck are you talking about? They are not. But in Vegas, the Vegas came at the same time. Remember when you have a shoot, the situation happened in Vegas on October 12, I believe, the shootout, when they shot, the guy shot about 50 people during the country festival. And it was the year where the Vegas show up, and the connection of the Vegas fans with the team and the city become the first major team in the city, completely transform the city about the hockey. And I'm telling you right now, it's one of the biggest city, and talk about the Golden Knight. Bigger, I'm being honest with you, at the football team over there. Just give you an idea how the popularity of the Golden Knight hit the nail everywhere. Their success year after year, and the race about their playoff. And that's what they have to provide this every single year. And they are demanding, right? And until they don't get a Stanley Cup, I cannot imagine a parade and the Stanley Cup on the strip for the Vegas Golden Knights. So we're very interesting about that. And, you know, the Vegas, it was a great hit by the NHL to show up as the first team major in that city, where they always said, oh, it's very hard for the people. it's not hard to run that team over there for sure, or any sport. Mr. Johnny Golden, come on down. Welcome back. Johnny, could we see Montreal make a trade about that? I can tell you that from what I work a lot on the last 12 hours about the social media, everything like that, right? On different platform and radio station, everything like that, the TV, and the Montreal Canadiens can use. It was really, really busy this weekend. And the first player they're going to trade is Jeff Petrie, for what the people said. And Jeff Petrie, it's a first-round pick and a solid prospect. It's possible also a prospect in the team. Yeah, that's what the rumor inside the NHL. The people said Jeff Petrie, his value market is higher at anybody else you can thinking about that one there. So people here think Jeff Petrie is not worth it. We don't get anything in return. You'll be going to be surprised when going to make that trade. I will not be surprised to get a solid prospect and a first-round pick for Jeff Petrie, and maybe a third one. The third one, I'm not sure, but I expect that one there. Better value market are Jeff Petrie versus Ben Chariot. So if someone would be happening, I would not be surprised Montreal trade Jeff Petrie. What happened? I don't know, honestly. I have no clue to be honestly aware. We have too many teams right now looking for Jeff Petrie at some point. But it will be interesting about that, Johnny, honestly. I wish I tell you all that what happened this week. It's too early a little bit. It's all depends who is running after him. But for the benefit of Montreal, sooner is better. Why? Because the negativity inside the team and everything like that. He was with his wife this week. Then also they announced his wife, Julie Petrie, announced they have she's pregnant. She got a number 4 of the Petrie family. So congratulations to the couple, Julie and Jeff, for the new babies coming on the road. Andy, what was the trade deadline? It's, the end of this, indeed, this year, it's March 21st. Usually, this month and the next 2 weeks, usually it's about February 18th to 22nd. But this year, because the Olympics, and they thought the team would go over there, the players, they pushed back everything for an extra month. So the end of this, and is March 21st, 21. I do gym workout every other day. I'm older now, so better keep the rest. I should listen to you. I'm older at you, and I go every day. That's my problem. When is the deadline? What is the deadline? Yeah, so I got it. Considering Sam Girard just signed for $5 million a year, why would any team take the Muppet at $625? Also is a senior citizen and with 3 more year contract. Because he's a right defenseman. Because last season he was the top 15 best defenseman in NHL, and a lot of people in NHL consider him as a great asset about that one over there. And at 6.25 is not expensive compared to the $8, $9, $10 million. So that's all kind of the answer. Keep the back. And then the Jeff Petrie happy. You're going to be a Jeff Petrie completely different at what you see in Montreal. Right now he played bad because he wants to get out. He doesn't want to care about anything. A Jeff Petrie in Detroit, or Jeff Petrie in Philadelphia, or Jeff Petrie in Rangers, or Jeff Petrie in whatever, where you're going to see another different players as he's performing right now. I would not be surprised about that one over there. He's still 34, so we have 3 more years to go. I think he's still not too bad, but that's what the rumor, that's what a lot of people talk about that one over there this morning. And I'm just communicating with you why his value is high. I don't said agree or not. I just can't tell you why the team like to have him. It's so great that hockey is welcome with open arm in Vegas. Not always the case, come and see other teams. I agree with you, Nicholas, about that one there. Yamo said Niku is sub at the corner in the front of the net, which can sell out his 0.5 game prediction The moment it was weak in those spot, and now is often try up. First of all, Renaud, you cannot consider Jeff Petrie and Niku at the same page. It's completely. It's like you try to compare right now Jake Evans with maybe Jason Zucker or maybe David Kitchick versus Jake Evans. If you put both players the same page, you have a problem right now. Niku, it was waived 2 times, and also Niku, he never performed at the level of the top defenseman, second pairing or first pairing to any team in NHL. If you see Niku the same level Jeff Petrie, I cannot help you. I'm not here to change your view about, but if you consider Niku at the same level like Jeff Petrie, that's the end of conversation with you about this, because it's completely not the same page. And Niku, if he was the level you mentioned, why Niku is not a regular player in NHL? Why Niku, Winnipeg Jet, he never threw the roster for the last 3 years as the players over there? Why he did not better? One team did not have a lot of great defensemen. It was the Winnipeg Jet the last 2 years. Why Niku, the level you see him very well, very good, why he did not make the roster? As the only thing I can say about that. Yamo said Niku, okay. Schedule tonight, Devils visit. This is tomorrow about that one over there. Thanks for all the game about RG for the Montreal Canadiens. Hughes is a tough negotiator. I think he will get a good return for Petrie. What thing makes sense as a trade partner? Oof. First of all, it's going to be a team with in the playoff. You're going to delete every team in Canada. Now, if you go who is in the playoff, and they may be looking for a right defenseman, they don't have a lot. I don't see Colorado get him, honestly. Minnesota is really tight with the defenseman money-wise about that one over there. Can Nashville open up? I'm not sure about this one over there. If on one side they are a little bit not strong, is the right defenseman. The St. Louis Blues always looking to improve their team. Is it a great location? I'm not sure. The Los Angeles Kings, I don't see them, but honestly possible. Anaheim Ducks, they have right now Manson and Langholm to figure out their UFA. I don't see San Jose with the problem struggle over there. On the east side, and the only team I would say 2 teams could look about this is Washington and the Pittsburgh. I don't see Toronto and because he's playing Canada, right? And Tampa Bay jumping on that one over there. And the Florida Panthers don't need already. They are really limited. Now you can go with Dallas. The situation with Dallas with Glenberg could be another problem. Now they can get Petrie, and they book him for $6.25, and they turn around right now. Don't send back Glenberg to Montreal, but maybe send Glenberg somewhere else, and they find $2-3 million below what they're going to pay Glenberg, and then use that money to maybe keep Joe Pavelski or get another UFA. That's the kind of situation, Johnny, I will look about that. Can the Rangers add Petrie? No. He's a right defenseman. They don't need about. So the short are a little bit limited at some point, but I'm sure as they would find a team to get the right value. If not, they would keep him and until the trade during the offseason. But right now, the social media think a lot about Petrie would be the first one over Chariot. For Petrie, is what he did in previous season. If someone think he have a value, of course. You don't talk about this season. Every player right now for the Montreal Canadiens, he have no value. If you look about today, the first 44 game, they have no value. Everybody play under their skill at that moment. Every one of them. Yeah, no one inside that team play at the level they should play. So, I understanding, but a normal season, they will be better. Like Zuski, a lot of people are complaining about his salary. You're not going to pay Zuski looking for him right now. Zuski is going to get his menu of his point in 2 years. That's what his value of his contract is going to be great at the end of his contract. at 26, 27, 28 years old. That's what the value of the $8 million would be cheap at that moment, because during those years, the contract like him would be about $12 million. And that's what, you have to be patient. It take him again 2 more years before he becomes the 70 and the 80 point. But you have also surround himself with the right people. You can see Suzuki with 240 the last couple of games versus Suzuki alone with other players. It's not the same kind of Suzuki. Again, the team went out. You cannot compare what kind of player they are because the team does not do well at that moment. Point not make a great defenseman, some more coach. Petrie was never solid on his end. He's a supply with every contract. He's a good less too. I still believe Jeff Petrie. Explain me, Renaud, why he have 12 goals last season, the first 28 game. Why Petrie was one of the top 10 defensemen last season. He did it. Why not he cannot repeat it? Right? He's a guy can carry on the puck. He's a guy on power play produce. He's been there. He did it. That's what the people, as the GM, when you think about Jeff Petrie, he can repeat again that kind of players with a location where he feel happy with the right players. It's just normal. That's why he works. So Jeff Petrie is not a player where they scout him to be a guy hit the people in the corner. He's not Shea Weber. Every player have their weakness and they have their strength. And when you're scouting a players, that's what you're looking for, and that's what they pay for. That's why they get the money. They don't have any players in the NHL with a perfect 100% on both sides. And that's the reason why. He got the money from Montreal. He was the number 1 defenseman about the quality on the offensive side, what he did. That's what he got the money about that one there. That's simple. They have no other effect. He was not get his money because he go in the corner. That's the way you say that. It's always interesting to listen to the opinion that our fans at the team and people inside the bubble. Outside opinion can be different. Of course, Andy, someone inside the bubble, like example, the management Montreal versus me or anybody else, they have the in. They have constantly the number. They have the feeling. They communicate with the people. They looking trait right now. I don't know what can you talk with the Rangers, with the aal-star. Us, we just assume for what they can do or how they can trade. But when you evaluate the players, you can go with the facts of what's going on around the players and the reason what they did in the past, what their projection is for the players, for the stat data, everything like that. And that's the way you compare the players, Andy. Even the top 250 players, I think his stock is rising a lot. But if you talk about a bottom 6, not like a top 6 like Montreal use him, Jake Evans is another bottom 6 over there. So at the end of the day, 250 players of forward, I'm not sure about that, honestly. But you have a lot of Jake Evans in the NHL. Right? He's a guy who scored about 8 goals, 10 goals in NHL. He's great on face-off. He's a great back checker. His work ethic is great. But that's stop right there. The guy is limited by his skating. The guy is limited by his stick angling. The guy is limited about his offensive side. But he does a lot of details. The one thing you like from him is good on the PK, on the special team. You need that kind of players. But those kind of players normally is maybe a center number 4 and a great team and a team average to put him on the 3rd. Now, Montreal Canadiens, because Dominic Charm thinking is a Wayne Gretzky, he put him on the top 6, where he had no reason to be there. But this is Mr. Dominic Charm. Hello, coach and friend in our top in the house. You are absolutely right, Yamo. That's the destination of Nico. I think over there is going to be comfortably great by his style of players he is. About that, Internet team politique decide the roster not merit. Alan Monday remis Suzuki to fully play well. I'm still concerned about Montembeault. Now, they improved Montembeault, yes. Can Romanov improve? Yes. Zuski did not too bad. I was expecting a little bit more, but the team is like this. Toffoli cannot complain so far. Allen, honestly, he had maybe a slump about 3-4 games between injuries, but after that, you cannot complaining about Allen also. I agree with you, Renaud, about that. Coach has been thinking, what type of winger do we see fit best with Zuski? Think like a duo, a Dynamo duo. Honestly, the guy like Toffoli, a snapper. All right, Zuski, one thing he's really well. He have a great vision. His stick angling is great. His skating is not bad, but he can pass the puck in the area what not many can do. That's the kind of player he can be. And I don't know what, and more you talk, more you said that, and more I'm thinking, I wish he can become a Claude Giroux in NHL. I don't say he will, but I wish he can become that kind of player. Claude Giroux is not like a fattest guy, but you can see during the weekend how his stick angling is amazing. He have a great hands. But to get that, you need a snapper with him, with Zuski. Zuski is not like a Giroux about scoring goal. So you get a guy like that. Like, example, Zuski, Pacioretty would be great for Pacioretty. But if you don't surround Zuski with sniper, the guy can release the puck quick and score. That would be a difficult time for Zuski. So that's kind of duo you're going to get. So for right now in Montreal, I believe Toffoli is the right one for him. Great job last night in our tap. Yeah, great insight that we'll be doing. I love Coach. Thank you so much. Again, Andrew, very kind of you. We have a digital player by what they have done lately. Obviously, it's not fair because the team does not do well. And for me, every one of them can be better. They can play better as its different circumstance, everything like that. And with no excuse, but that's the reality. They are the team with the most injuries since the beginning of the season. Finally, he's back in the house. We said he's big in Texas. Everything is big. The cookies are big. And when I'm talking about the retirement, Mr. Joseph Lanham in the house. Thank you so much, RG, for the update about the football. I have no clue. But Petru has so much power play ice time, is nothing to show, is making Chum sad. When we start talking about Chum, all my hair are gone. Just kidding. So pourquoi cannot Niku get his money like a ghost tip players? Because he never been that kind of year in NHL, Renault. Niku never reached the year like Gus got from the Flyers when he got an amazing, great year, and then he got the money. That's a little bit what happened with Petry. Petry got the money because he had an amazing, great 2 years back-to-back. Niku never reached that kind of level. Never, at no point. I don't know in front of me, but you can maybe look. But I'll be shocked if he have 15 points, his highest number of point in NHL. So for me, that's the reason. Exactly, Petry is a puck mover, but physically not. Yeah. A greater like player with Zuki would be nice. Yes, I agree with you about that, Renaud. A snapper like this, a greater, I got it. Thank you, Sandra Love, working with you. So let's do it again. So we have us. Even skate like Dano. That's not a bad compare. If you can sign Jordan Harris, could Nylander be traded? I'm worried about Nylander, to be honest with you, more today compared was at the beginning of the year. The injury around him bother him. His relationship with the Montreal Canadiens are not at the best. Hopefully, Hughes and Gordon can fix those kind of relationship. I believe the Montreal Canadiens did not treat Nylander properly. He's still a young player. He still have a lot in the bank. But we'll see about that. And again, Johnny, anytime, at any level, you should not trade young players before 24. In my book, that's what my new way to see that. And you keep them until you cannot have anything. You suck it up every every juice of them to reach their full potential. Then pick it up, out. Of course, you have a package deal at some point and everything like that. It's possible. Otherwise, I don't see that over there. The last news about the Montreal Canadiens, I'm not agree, but here we go. Ben Chariot trade somewhere for a first-round pick. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. Chariot trade for the first-round pick. Done deal. You take that first-round pick, right? You put Poland together. You add Jonathan Drouin, that's 3. And then you add Logan Mailloux, that's 4. And you get Jacob Chikrin for the Phoenix Coyotes. Do you make the trade or not? That's my question to you. So I repeat. First round pick, Jonathan Drouin, Mailloux, Logan Mailloux, and then I missed one right now. Mailloux, first one pick, Drouin, and then I missed the one. I forgot. And again, Jacob Chikrin. Do you make the trade or not? Petrie, puck mover, but 7 fiscal. You are right on Jackie Coach, but he is bottom 6 for sure. I love his work ethic. Exactly. Sound good in our tap. I enjoy working anytime. Niku's still out to me because he's a towel and always have his hands up looking to make a pass. He has not behind the play like the Muppet. He drove play. Again, at the end of the day, Renault, it's like for me, everybody right now in the Montreal Canadiens, compared to Petrie, they're going to win the Norris Trophy, the best defenseman in NHL. So that's what Petrie he looked like at that moment. RG's a big cookie. Here we go. Nico would have been 30 points this year if they did not fire him. Poland, here we go. Force Gas are the better top 6 events in my book, but Dominic is not letting him play. Again, Poland for me is not a top 6 at that moment. I don't say he will. I think Poland is really a 3rd or a 4th, exactly like Jake Evans. 2 different players, about different option with a role you can put inside the team. Physical team, one is big, is taller. The other one is work ethic, is a more forechecker and everything like that. But both of them can fit inside the team at the bottom 6. For me, that's what we are at that moment. I think that I'm not sure Suzuki ever would be able to drive the play constantly and a bit on the slow slide, not the slow, just the fast. I'm not talking Sean, the play still learning too. Nicholas, I can tell you that. And remember, I'm going to tell you, Suzuki will be great. Suzuki does the things we don't see. Intercept the pass and the defensive zone. Recover the puck on the zone area with nobody on the defensive side. He does a lot of things on the defensive side. He needs to improve a little bit his sliding back checking. He needs to improve his face-off over there. On the flip side, you have a great vision. You have a great hands. He's great to puck entrance and puck exit, everything like that. But he's just young yet. But I'll be a little bit different what you mentioned right now. I understand when you compare slow. Poland is the next Guanzel. No. No. I agree, Coach. I believe the team could put better effort in. If you have air, I will lose my air over again. Come, he does that. Yeah, I agree with you. Ski is a shot to lack a skate speed. He cannot use the body to defend like a Jaeger. But you cannot put, again, we cannot put Ski on the same level as a Jaeger. It's another, not many Jaeger in NHL right now. Yeah, not many. Ski is not a Jaeger. If Suzuki can reach the kind of David Ketchik example number, that'd be great. If Suzuki can reach the kind of number like Eric Stahl, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. That's what I see him at that level in NHL. He cannot be a McDavid, he cannot be a Jaeger, he cannot be that kind of players like that. He's a second level. That's what he should be in NHL. That's my expectation. I don't know if he's going to reach it. But that's why I see this about that. Suzuki will never be a true number 1, but that's okay. we'll see about that one there. I agree. He's not a cornerstone of the franchise players, right? The really, really right one, it should be number 2. But obviously, he is a number 1 because we don't have number 1. So honestly, he's a solid number 2. Just let time will tell us if he can jumping as a number 1 or he's really stay over there like a number 2. Question goes, do you feel the same way about Kotkaniemi since he is under 24 years old? Yes. Honestly, in our top, I think for him, he came again. It's called urgency. The Montreal Canadiens, it was an urgency to find a center. And that was the only problem Marc Bergevin. Marc Bergevin, he provide a lot fast the players. And Marc Bergevin, the biggest problem was about developing. He never developed the organization about developing the players. If Kotkaniemi, Galchenyuk, Sergachev are those kind of players at the top, it was really surround themselves with the right people and take time to pass 2 years in Laval Rocket. They bring Kotkaniemi as the center, like number 1. You push everything too fast for his development. Kotkaniemi was playing with the men in Finland. Is it better to play? He said, he admit at some points during a press conference, maybe it was better to Kotkaniemi stay in Finland. But that's the way we can use one to explain a couple of weeks ago. How we can develop this kind of players inside this organization. What we need to hire to make them better. What we can bring them in Laval. Could we keep them one more year in the OHL? What is the best way? And that's what they felt. Marc Bergevin want to review everything for the last couple of weeks, a month. He fell on salary, gave money on fund players. He fell on the developing the players. They have a bunch of great players. We talk about prospect right now. They are all there. Can they become a top 6, a top 9? I don't know. They can make the NHL? I don't know. But how we can develop Sean Farrell? How we can develop Jan Mizak? How we can develop Jesse Ellenden? How we can develop Mayo, Norlander, Harris, Straubel, Brooks? And I can go Cooley and Fred Brother. And I can go like that. Like the Joshua Roy and the Kosenko. And those kind, they are the next generation of what we're looking for. But how we can develop them. What we have inside this organization right now to give them the best of the best to them. Why they cannot hire Daryl Bittery right now? If they cannot hire him during the summertime, they cannot work with the players during the summertime because they are. But why not to get them by a firm, a coach, really high level coach, and bring them to sit with them. Why not to send 5 of those players to him? He's coming here in Florida and Estero in April. But why not to do that kind of players like that with the kind of coach like that to get better? How we can sit. Nick Suzuki passed the summer last year to do face-off, learn about face-off. But who is the best face-off guy you can bring as a coach for 1 month with those 5 best center you have? But that's what I'm talking about developing. And the fact they push those people too fast in the team does not work. That's maybe the reason why Cole Caulfield should be at Laval now. I don't know. We're sharing, we're talking. I'm not, guys, better to you guys. I'm far to be better to anybody. I'll just give you my opinion right around, and I'm just sharing with you, like your opinion, your statement is equal and maybe better to mine. At the end of the day, you and me, we are not Ken Hughes, we are not Jeff Gordon, and we are not work for the Montreal Canadiens. At the end of the day, that's the reason we do that channel, is to sharing the love of the game and sharing our idea about the team we love the most and other team we like to watching. That's the reason we do this YouTube channel. So I respect each one of you. You can be against me, you can be with me, agree or disagree. It's all great. At the end of the day, we're just sharing an opinion about the players, a team, or whatever it is all about. Question, and not that way too much for Jengren. I feel that way, honestly, in a top. About Norlander, as you said, they treat him very badly and tried to keep him over top. He contract said he could go back. Did not help all of it, that he would go back maybe. It will come back, honestly, Nicholas. It's how he going to surround himself. And I think they got maybe some promise, we don't know. I think the way they should do, I believe, they bring him here. They figure out if he can play or not. They figure out if he cannot play. Don't bring back Alaval. I know the injury became a part of this. Send him back in Finland. Go play Sweden. Stay with your family. Do what you want over there. But surround himself with someone. And then that's it. But they play yo-yo with him all the time. And that was not the right things to do. I will make that trade and a heartbeat with Arizona. That would be excellent. So we have Inotap said no. And then Sanders said yes. I think I would change the composure of that trade over there. I will keep looking Mayu with us, and I will maybe add a Norlander or a defenseman like that inside or Fairbrother, because the Logan Mayu is a right defenseman, and we don't have a lot. So I'm not worried about the first round pick, the Mayu, the Poland, and the Drouin. But defensemen like Mayo, we don't have. So that would be the only chance and Drew about that one there. How many Appler would finish with more point CH as point? I don't know. I know honestly. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. Silver over under 70 point. Under. Easy. KK trade was not much choice. App cannot pay KK that kind of money. It can only have to pay KK that for one season. I can't wait for what's coming for him. I can't wait to see the next contract of Kokenemi. Will be interesting. NHL 144 injury season 2022. Agree. I'm just tasting coach. We're going to see. Did you say Chariot, Mayu, Poland, and a first for chicken? I don't say Chariot. I said Drouin, Mayu, Poland, and a first round pick for chicken. I figure in a top mind is bad pressure. Every time you talk about Kokenemi, Duchamp, and Petri, I'm nervous. Suzuki cannot be a star. I never said he will. I never said he's going to be a star. I just said, if he can reach that kind of level like them, like him, that would be great. A star is a giant. You talk about the physicality. I'm not talking about the size. I'm talking about the players overall on the ice. And understand what star they accomplish. But you have Jagger. Then you have that kind of player after that, the star. And that's on level I'm talking about. If Suzuki can become that kind of player, that'd be great for the Montreal Canadiens and for himself. That's what I'm talking about. So the second level, it's a second generation, the level where they are first center, but they never at the level like McKinnon, Gretzky, everything like that. That's why I try to go. Don't misunderstand me. Suzuki is probably going to be a very solid center, if lucky, maybe every kind of C place. Yes, I think that's a great way to do that. Kokenemi is on COVID-19. Yeah, he went to Miami this weekend, hanging with Lundell and Barkov. So it'll be interesting what's happening with the Florida Panthers. I think Coach mentioned the one. Yes, I thought I would go for Schneider, Kachikram. I would not know his spell his name right. Yeah, absolutely right. And about that one there, because you have a left defenseman, a right defenseman, and the only friend, I think, Chengran a little bit more offensive, but I think Schneider is not reached his full potential yet. So Schneider, I will be really interesting. Player born in 1997 and later have to have urgency. He need a shot to stick with the CH. The goalie prospect Frederic Tichu and Jacob Dobes make it easy to trade Price in the offseason. No, Johnny. Both of them are far away to be in NHL. Jacob Dobbs, the number he has right now, play for Ohio State right now in NCAA Division 1. It's a great team. He's a good goaltender, but they're never going to play at that kind of level right away. That would take him like 4 years, both of them, before they reach the Montreal Canadiens. had to play in NHL for about Jacob, like I said, or you say, now, Frederic play in Europe. Far, nobody know him really well, but he have a great start for the last couple of months. Right now, he's on the Olympic with Denmark, but patient with them. But it's a great journey to have two goaltenders what nobody thought, and they was late draft in the NHL. So for Montreal to have two kind of goaltender is interesting. The Jacob is it which one he can become, the McEwen or the Primo? That's what the question we have to ask about that one over there, because they have the same path like a Primo for them. For him. Next season, the 99 and the Zozo crop will be nipping at the veteran health and camp. One of the injury season. I hope we learn with what's happening with KK, because I think it will be fine with patient. I don't know what kind of the limit or he going to get KK, but I think, if he was to run himself younger with the right people and develop him properly, that would be maybe change his career. I think he have a lot of upside down inside of him, but I don't know. He's at a center, can become second center. Can he become a Vincent Trocek? That would be my question to people. Can he become, or he cannot? Can he become a third center, like, I don't know, a third center in NHL? I don't know yet. Is it better to play him winger? I don't know. But you have a lot of offensive inside of him, a good hands, good vision, great pass. He's a Finland player, and overall, he's, a good size. For me, I think he can become a great second, number 2, and for the Carolina, and 2 years. Now, Trocek, they can sign him, or they let him go, and they put him, KK, as a second, number 2. That's the biggest question for them, because Jordan Staal have 1 more year, I believe, on his contract, and Staal is a number 3. So the spot number 2. That would be interesting, because if they sign Vincent Trocek, that put KK again at the bottom. If they get him go out, Trocek, now I believe they can bring Kokanemi and top 6 over there. Coach, how come Abs no fire at Charlotte? They have 8 wins and 45. Michael Rosenblatt, welcome aboard. The reason, Michael, is because the team gave him a new contract during the summer. They have to pay him three years. The team don't go nowhere. Sometimes it's better to let it go and wait until the end of the season and then changing. Now, the only thing is really if they trade Petrie and they feel like only Petrie is a problem, they can hang in with Ducharme and until the end of the season. So for me, I think they guess that way. And they said that's not change anything anyway if we change Charm in and out because they don't see nowhere and they maybe prefer to stay at the bottom at the end of the day. And that's the reason I believe they don't fire him. They're going to wait until the offseason. I don't think Ski deserves to be an all-star to you. I don't know. Who do you want me to send? Chariot? Jake Allen? He's on injury list. They don't have better as Nick Suzuki to be, to represent the Montreal Canadiens. Look like I should keep him upstairs. Renault. And on the day, Serge is watching the per very closely. The purse of the everything. Coach, I think Gordon had to work overtime to try to get Krasov and Schneider here in Montreal. Package as an idea with the plus. That's New York Rangers to put them over the top. My only concern about this in the top is the Rangers. One you mentioned, Brendan Schneider, we said no. Whenever you put this on the table, it's no. We're not going to trade Schneider. We can negotiate for Krasov, and we can send you Longvis or Jack, but we're not going to give you that one there. Now, the New York Rangers have another goaltender and their prospect. So they're going to trade Georgiev, where I will not touch him. But it'll be interesting about that one over there. They can just let go Krasov. The Rangers need help, for sure. But I think they would say no for Schneider. It's like someone who said, hey, we want Romanov. I think Montreal said no right away. So that's the same thing could be happening with about the Rangers in the top. Would Weber make a good player development action for Montreal? It's funny you talk about this. They talk a lot this morning about Weber, the salary cap, and also become, a coach or something like that, good development player. I don't know what Shea Weber want to do. The guy make over $120 million. I will repeat, $120 million. Do he want to become a coach at $300,000 per year, and he can get right out $1 million for the next 4 years, whatever it is? I don't know. I don't know what his desire. I don't know what he's looking for. I don't know what really he wants to become after he finished his career. He can retire. So can he become a great player? Yes. Because honestly, Johnny, the Weber, he is what a fan does not see. The leader, the maturity, the way he communicates, the way he makes the people around him better, and the way his composure to learn to become a professional. If I'm Montreal Canadiens, I hire him right away. I give him a 5-year contract, and I'm going to use him. A little bit like Roberto Luengo does for the Florida Panthers. That's what I will do with Shea Weber, if that's what he wants. I don't know if Weber wants to be a management. I don't know if Weber wants to not do anything in hockey. I don't know if Weber wants to be a scouting, or Weber wants to be a coach, or Weber wants to work in hockey or not. That's the biggest question. But Johnny, you're right. I would love to have Shea Weber with the Montreal Canadiens. You have a lot to offer for the young kids prospect. The talk is already out in Montreal and the SHL, sorry, to say, not sure how the damaged but players are aware now. That's the difficulty about that one there. Second thing, the situation in the province of Quebec is a big problem right now for many players. Does not want to play in Canada and more in Montreal. Eric Starr is Hall of Famer, I thought, but I know get your point, Coach. Yeah, I agree with you. You have all the numbers, Starr, plus the Stanley Cup to become a Hall of Famer. And I thought that would be like a jackpot. It should be pursued. Total agreement with you on this. A kickstart to the rebuild, it could be done. Yes, I would like Nicholas. What are they said about the Montreal and the SAW? CH or the Mickey Mouse organization. I would not say that, Renault, about the Montreal Canadiens. Because now you completely laugh about the Montreal Canadiens, about that one there. You completely how can you tell an organization like Montreal Canadiens are a franchise win so many Stanley Cup, produce so many years, great success in NHL, was maybe the top best team in NHL for years, 2 years, and now you treat them like a Mickey Mouse. I'm completely like shocked to read what you just said about Mickey Mouse, and you still the guy follow the Montreal Canadiens, and you compare them to the New Jersey Devils long time ago. They was coming from Wayne Gretzky. I respect what you think. If you think about Mickey Mouse, that's your opinion. But I would never consider Montreal Canadiens that level about that one there. Not for me. If they play like this for 10 years with 8W and they got that kind of franchise like that at the bottom of the organization like that, that's something you have to consider. But to put them at that level, like Wayne Gretzky, consider the New Jersey Devils like that, I completely disagree with you. The Rangers is the Panthers are like magnet for the Scandinav. They have a good relationship over there, like Raleigh, everything like that. About Cham has a 30 years relationship with. Cham has a 30 years relationship with the CIH. I don't know what you talk about. Nicholas Lange, I agree. I think it's very possible if we're lucky enough to get right, then we'll be well to way respectively. Hello, John Gregor. A little bit, Nicholas. I understand your point of view about that one. I'm sure you have some confrontation. Can you clarify what you mean by the New Rangers Florida being magnet for the Scan player and what is Scandi players? You talk about the Finland player, the Sweden players, and they draft a lot or they trade a lot of players about that. You know, that's the dream situation for sure. Bergevin liked the trade down to more picks. Gordon likes the trade up for better quality. I prefer Gordon and Price. You thought, you're absolutely right about this, Johnny. Bergevin was thinking more about the long term or the year after that. If you know that, I think Gordon is more aggressive and is going to find a way. If he feel that players is going to helping them, he will trade to get that players. He will not wait and to give number 46 and he get number 65, he get number 72. That's the problem with that Bergevin compared to Gordon. Ranger goaltender Adam Uska. So they want to be successful team. Just if you are feeling it's not a part of this candidate technically. Hey coach John Gregor, welcome back. Bruno. Et la blonde, Lynn. Peut-être Lynn n'est pas au lunch avec toi. Donc, on va lui dire bonjour quand même à Lynn. It's more urgent to build a winner in the smaller off-hockey market to drive revenue. Yeah, but again, you don't be worried about the Montreal Canadiens. You worry more about Ottawa, Winnipeg. Those small market need revenue more to anybody like Montreal, Vancouver, and Toronto, where the three teams are more on the next level about that one over there. We just hit one hour, and we just go through all the feed like I did, and I did not talk about anything about what I'm supposed to talk about because I just love to have that kind of conversation. I prepare always great contents like the pregame and everything like that, and we change, and I'm all happy about that one over there. So we reached 1 o'clock. I'm going to jump in right away on the question before we leave, and I want to remind you we'll be back at 5 o'clock today, and of course they have 2 games on the schedule in NHL. So let's dive in on the question and go from there. And I can hear right now in our tab said, "Oh my God, what the heck, Coach? You don't talk about the All-Star game. You don't talk about the schedule. You don't talk about the fantasy. We have no time." So that's what I've reason about that. What Bantam fait bas quelque chose de spécial pour absorber la différence de marché canadien et américain, un équilibre? C'était always a big question about that. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Talk about him, guys. I want to. It's because he just opened up something to me. I don't know if this picture or not. Here we go. Bruno, you just opened the door for me. I want to talk about Gary Bettman. Gary Bettman announced this weekend. There's only press conference. He have like the Union State NHL during the weekend, and he said, if in Montreal it's not all open for the draft, we're going to go somewhere else. Someone said, Zoom. He said, no, we're going to go to another city. I'm telling you right now, the Florida Panthers, the Vegas Golden Knights are going to get the draft 22 this summer if in Quebec it's not open at 100%. That would be I would not be surprised. And they cannot wait until June for that. The next 2 months, at the end of the season, they want to be sure Bettman is confirmed. The Bell Center is open at 100% capacity, and everything look normal in Montreal. Would be really, really interesting what they were going to do about that. But that would be the biggest question about that one over there. I have a lot of things I can talk about this guy today, but I'm going to make maybe about that one over there. 3+ going to be on the other market. I want to talk about this to you guys, or maybe talk about this tomorrow. So we're going to go back about that one tomorrow for sure. Bruno, I agree. They make the cap so hard, but economic conditions are so different. I agree. Players attract players, and Nashville has a sunny tax climate. That's because the players love the country song. Just kidding. Je vais me créer, moi, ça va être ouvert à 100%. Je vis à Montréal, créez-moi, ça va être ouvert à 100% bientôt. Je te le souhaite, mon Bruno, parce que présentement, c'est pas l'air c'est complètement ridicule. Qu'est-ce qui se passe à là-bas? Comparativement, nous autres, ici, on n'a jamais fermé. Et c'est sûr qu'il y a des cas, c'est sûr qu'il y a des morts. Mais au moins 99.08%, 99.8% people have alive. Unfortunately, they focus on the one they cannot have alive. So until they don't shift this, that's another story anyway. I don't want to get there. All right, question. It's not all under over. They have 3 different questions. I don't know Yamo is in the sauna. We're going to go from there. Oh, Jan Turnbull, the Bull, has 10 goals and 42 games with the Kings. Under or over? Over, he said, Andy. No, so that is my answer here. Bruno said over. Renault said 9 is under. John Grigel said over. Renault said 9. Yamo said under. Jose said under. I don't know enough tap is here because he work. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you didn't do it. I'm on again for anybody else. I will wait 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Nicholas, 4. RG, 3. Inotap, 2. Johnny, 1. Oh my God! Too late. The winner, guys, surprisingly, it's B. Oh, RG got it at the last second. RG got it. Andy got it. Bruno got it. And John Grega got it. So, congratulations. Let's move on to the next one over there.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry about that. I don't know what I'm doing there, but. Question number 2. Which team Marian Hossa has the most goal with? Is it with Ottawa or Chicago? Which team Marian Hossa has the most goal? Ottawa or Chicago? Bruno said B. Yamo said A. Renault said A. Jean Grégoire said A. Bruno said A. Joseph Laham said A. What about RG? Andy said Chicago. RG. Mulligan. RG. I'm going to put the answer and RG going to answer. Anyhow, the answer, guys, is A. Ottawa. 188 goals. Congratulations for Yamo, Renault, and then and also Bruno has 2 and John Gregor has 2. Honestly, he has 186 goals with Chicago, by the way. So it was very close about this. And the last question of the day, guys, is Jose Theodore. played with Montreal Canadiens, of course, but he played 2 years with Washington, 2 years with Florida Panthers, and 3 years with the Colorado Avalanche. But which team he has the most W between the three teams? Colorado, Washington, or Florida? Andy said Colorado. Bruno said Florida. Renaud said Washington. Yamo said Washington. Joseph said Washington. Nicholas said it should be A, but I would say C. John Grega, he said it's B. And the answer of that one over there.
Oh my God!
Check the answer, Nicholas. Nicholas said it should be A, but I said C. The winner, guys, is a perfect game today. 3-3, directly from Boston, Massachusetts, is the Bruins fans, and John Gregor is the winner. Renaud came back with 2 strong answers. Joseph Laham with 2, Bruno with 2, Yamo Vertanen with 2. Finally, RJ and Andy Koivula finished with 1. You are the one participate today at the Friendship Quiz. Great participation for everybody about that one there. So congratulations, Mr. John Grega. Again, I agree with you about this, and everybody. A great show, guys. I know I was supposed to talk about different things, but the most important thing, guys, it's not about, it's about what you bring. Like, you have a lot of questions from Renaud. You got Andrew earlier. You got Johnny Golden and some other talk about question. It does make this show better. That's make that show interact between you guys and me, and people jumping also as an answer. And that's make a big difference about that. Yes, Johnny, 5 o'clock and also 7 o'clock tonight, Johnny, I do the game, the big game between Carolina versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is the game of the week for me. I want to see Frederic Anderson back in Toronto, and I want to see what they look like, Toronto, again, the Carolina. The Toronto minor 7 goal straight. So it'll be interesting to follow. I think the best player in NHL, underrated, play in Carolina. I'm talking about Sébastien Aho. Just underrated. People don't give credit. I feel like Aho right now is the Barkov 2 years ago in NHL. They don't consider Aho enough in NHL at that moment, because he's really one of the best players for me on both ways, like Barkov, and for me, it'll be interesting. Salary cap is outdated. He needs to be reprogrammed. Renaud, possible. You have to go add $1 million per year right now. And the problem with that part, Renaud, it will be if COVID make the team lose so much money. And that's the problem about that one over there. Each team lost about $50 million for the last 2 years. And they have to recover, and that's the reason that they cannot go on the salary cap higher. And the 3 years or 4 years, when they're going to increase for $6 million, because all the money they took on the escrow is going to be recovery for the money they get for the TV contract with ESPN and TNT. And that's the reason the salary cap is at that level, because they lost too much money. Bruno, je te souhaite une très belle journée. On doit se communiquer à some point. Je vais te rejoindre. Coach, you're doing a game tonight, 7 o'clock, John Grega. Tonight, 7 o'clock. So that would be the way to do that. So until then, I want to wish you, of course, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Yes, you have greatness inside of you. Yes, you are awesome. Yes, we wish you an amazing, great afternoon. And everybody, I look forward to see you at 5 o'clock when we'll be back. Until then, be well, be healthy, and find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate your 2022. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody. Good show, Coach. Welcome, Andy, anytime. Yes, Nicholas Haho is a great one over there for honors as to Haho got over by the app on his deal. And it's a great day. Joseph also an amazing great day, buddy. I will see you a little bit later. Honestly, I know you are right.
Of that reality, don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just